Welcome to the Guide Talk podcast, where we trade fish stories, guide tips, and a whole lot of river talk. I'm one of your hosts, Logan Huff.
And I'm Morgan Gus.
And we are your guides on this journey. Brought to you by Diamond State Fly Co., your trusted fly shop and outfitter nestled in the heart of the Ozarks. In each episode, we dive into the world of fly fishing, sharing stories from the water, insights from seasoned guides, and the lessons the river teaches us. Whether you're a seasoned angler or just getting your feet wet, Guide Talk is here to inspire, educate, and connect you to the life of fly fishing. So grab your gear, tie on your favorite fly, and let's wade into today's episode of Guide Talk. All right, guys, we are back with episode 3, kind of 2, like the second guest.
Yeah, we had our pilot episode, so episode 2.
Yeah. We're back, and this week we've got Brian Kick.
Kicks, Arkansas fly fishers.
Kicks fly fishing Arkansas.
Yeah. Everybody has like such a kind of similar name. For a lot of people do, and it's just like Arkansas fly fishing or fly fishing Arkansas with their name in front of it, you know?
Man, when I was starting, that was like spent weeks over what do I use as a name? Like for my, we
for
each
your
have our
own LLC,
right?
Yeah.
And finally, I was just like, I don't know what to do, so I just did Huff Fly Fishing because
Well, it's such a unique area that everybody has to have their own like LLC, and just in the fact that we're all independent contractors compared to like when I was in Colorado, actually working for a guide service. There's 3 or 4 guide services in Colorado or in my town,
Right.
and it's like you work for one of the 4. You didn't work for yourself.
Sure.
So you're either with Steamboat Fly Fish or such and such. So it's like once I came out of here, like especially like. Once you start doing taxes, and if you work for a lot of people, you're just getting stacks of 1099s.
Yep.
I'm waiting on the individual that names their company want to go fly fishing. I just want to go fly fishing.
Why didn't you do that?
Why? You know what I mean? Like, why is it so?
Everybody has to like brand themselves so much. You know what I mean?
Right. But I don't know. I think it's catchy.
Yeah. No, I like
Kick yours.
So, yeah.
Well, who knows? Not too many people around here with the last name Kick. You know what I mean? Pretty unique.
No, it works. Yeah. You do good business. You do
I think
great
so.
business.
Staying busy. Been blessed.
Yeah, been doing it 2 years almost full time.
Full time, yeah. Right. Well, just under a year full time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, part time did it for a long time. Wife said no until the youngest daughter got out of high school. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
liking it.
loving it.
Full time.
Loving it.
Retirement.
Yeah, loving it. There's a lot of guys out there rowing that boat at an older age. So I know I got longevity. I got time.
Yeah. I mean, there's guys like Larry.
Yeah.
He's been doing. How old is Larry? Do you know?
We're not going to say that on a podcast.
He's been around for
He's been coaching a long time.
Yeah.
That's why he has some really cool stories about this river.
Right.
That's why he's Legend Larry.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old Larry legend.
There it is.
He comes in here all the time and just sits down and chats for when he comes in. I know he's going to be in here for at least an hour.
You sure he ain't looking for a cold beer? I bet he's looking for.
Oh yeah, no,
Well, I mean, he's usually coming in at like 8:30 in the morning. I mean, shoot, if he wants a cold beer at 8:30 in the morning, I'll get
No,
I don't care.
He's come in before and he's like, boys, that whiskey's about to expire. I'm going to take care of that for you. I'm like, well, gee, Larry, I didn't know that. Thank you. I appreciate that. How long have you been coming down here even part-time?
Oh, man. So started fishing this river regularly. And when I say regular, more than 6 times a month, right?
Yeah.
Since 2009. Flood of 2008 happened, and there was a lot of things tore up. And so we didn't get to really fish a whole lot in 2008. In 2009 is really when I started putting my, exploring, fishing all, as I kind of say the 58 miles. I think a lot of guys kind of look at that. Getting way downriver, playing, putting your dues in, learning all that. and that time of thing. So yeah, about 09.
I believe Chad was here in '09, wasn't he?
Yes.
But
yes.
Steve hadn't come over from.
No, Steve was here.
He was here.
Yeah, Steve was here. They had just opened Dally's then.
Okay.
Like just opened it.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So.
And that was that at the old, or was that at the
shop where it was when you managed
okay.
it? Yes. We used to use Blue Ribbon before that.
And that was the one out on
5.
The log cabin building.
Kind of, yes.
Yeah. That turned into Raps.
Yep,
Correct.
Rap's first spot.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
I remember going there when I was little.
I get my timelines confused a little bit about.
It happens. Well, time's flying, and. But yeah, Blue Ribbon, Bob had Blue Ribbon, and that was kind of the thing. And 4 or 5 good guides operating out of there. And so that's where I was buying a lot of my stuff, where I was using Michael McClellan and Fable, right? Michael and I go way back. And anyway, so yeah, that's kind of how all that kind of started out, Morgan.
And then you talked about the '08 flood.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big one.
That was a big one.
And then wasn't there another one in like...
So the other one that I remember, now I was in college, my freshman year, and I remember my father calling me in my dorm room and going, oh boy, White River's messed up over in Mountain Home, hearing a lot of horror stories, And it got, this is kind of pre-internet-ish, right? And that was in 96. There was a high water event in 96 that was... changed the river a little bit more to where I think you see it now. And the '08 is what really made the banks that you see now.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. All that stuff down at Rim, the islands that we've lost down at Rim, that was mainly, my memory serves me correct, was 96. But '08 put a hurting on it.
Was that when they were running 50 grand?
I don't remember. I can't remember the CFS. I'd have to go back and look. Yeah, I think it was more than that because in '08 that water was in the state park.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I think it was more like, I think it was in that, 80,000, 90,000 spectrum.
Big water.
Big water.
Yeah.
It did a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Did a lot of damage. Got a lot of attention.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I hear that from a lot of people about that '08 flood.
Yes.
How it kind of shaped the river that we
shaped it to what it is now. Like Cane Island looks totally different from when I started fishing it. It used to be much narrower up at the top. In fact, pre minimum flow,
right?
There used to be we called it the sidewalks. And the guides would motor up from Gaston's, park at the bottom of Cane Island. They couldn't get the boats up. And they'd let us fishermen out, and we'd walk up what you now see are ridges in Cane Island that are moss covered. Those used to be white, like concrete. And we would walk up those sidewalks and fish for the fish that were trapped
in those little ribbons
in the trenches.
Yeah.
Huh. And then if you hooked a big one, either the guide or your fishing partner, right, would run down to the bottom and kind of blocking so that you could kind of
stay in that little ribbon.
Yeah, you can fight him because it was hellfire nuts. It was crazy fighting him in that narrow trench. And anyway, so my father pulled a 2-footer out of there, and I've got a photo of him standing on that sidewalk, one of those sidewalks, and there was a tree, and I can show you guys where that tree stump is now. It's still there, but it kind of leaned out over and up there at the top of Cane, and it was real narrow there. And you talk to a lot of the older guides, they'll tell you that on high water, that was kind of a swift shoot coming through there. Yeah.
Do you think that the minimum flow law has made the fishery better? Better, worse, or just changed it?
Golly, I like to angle. I like to fish out of a boat. I don't want to carry anything, and I'm not walking anywhere. Right? I'm done with that. So wade fishing is whatever. Right? I want to be in a boat and move around. Minimum flow allowed us to move around. So I think it kind of helped with the fishing. Right? Now, what did it do to the resource? I don't know. There's a lot of varying opinions. Am I I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think like I look at like a day like today.
Okay.
98 degrees.
Yes.
You know, and we're going to be sustained for a week of this.
At
you know,
least.
if they were at dead nuts low, you know, I think we would be kills. Fish kills.
We'd probably have some fish
be
kills.
getting into like hoot owl situations like they do out west, you know.
Yeah.
So I think there's a positive
I do.
to that.
I do.
In terms of like stream bank health and stuff like that, I think, you know, just like you said, the resource in general, there's pluses and minuses to it. It's a change.
It's a change.
And for the DIY angler, I see it as a negative.
From waiting?
Yeah.
Waiting aspect?
Yeah. I mean, you know, for like us as an outfitter and fly shop, when we have this high water that we do, as an outfitter, it's great. As a fly shop,
You're not selling
it's hard.
waders. Yeah, you're not selling
You're not
waders.
selling waders. You're not
Right.
selling as many bugs because
Right.
people aren't coming here and being able to fish on their own.
Right.
They're coming and they'll have a guide. You know, we're not going to sell nearly as many bugs to someone that's going to go on a guide trip with a boat bag stocked full like any of us have.
Right.
You know what I
Sure.
mean? So, I mean, everything with it has its pluses and minuses
Yeah.
all over, you know.
Yeah.
I do think for the fish,
It's
it's
better.
probably better.
Oh, yeah. 10 times better. You know, those browns, they've adapted. Those browns are smart. They will on that low water, a lot of times in minimum flow, you know, you'll be drifting and be like, man, I see a few rainbows. Where are the browns? Where are they hiding? Right? And those browns they're so incredibly smart that and adaptive that they'll get in those thick moss beds and put themselves into almost like a lethargic state.
Yeah.
And they'll hide in there. And I'll tell you how I found that. Fishing minimum flow, and I was topwater fishing with some clients, and we were running these little bitty beetles. I was running double beetle, 4 or 5 feet apart, right, in the rig, and running tandem. And I knew that there were browns usually in a certain area, and I wanted to go to them. And I said, guys, let's fish over these moss beds. The water wasn't about this much over the top of the moss bed. I said, let's just see if my hypothesis is right. And sure enough, I had a pretty good stick in the boat, and he threw it in there. He laid it in beautifully. 3 seconds goes by, and we're like, what? Sets, and it was a 23-inch brown. Where did he come from? He wasn't on top. We could clearly see that he was not on top of the grass. And sure enough, he made one run up, one run down, and then his next run was right into the grass bed.
Yeah.
And he literally dove down in the grass bed and got himself hung up. So I had to hop out of the boat. I was in waist deep water with the net, walked over there, and I just had the client just keep that line tight. And I went in there with the net and just kind of rousted him out of there till I could get him up and out, and we ended up landing the fish. But it proved the hypothesis, right, long story short, it proved the hypothesis that these fish know how to adapt and survive in these type of
Low water
conditions.
conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can be elusive, seemingly.
Rainbows, not so much. Brown trout.
Yeah.
Brown trout can figure it out.
Our rainbow trout are.
I don't remember the white pre-minimum, just because I didn't spend as much time on the white growing up as I did the Norfolk. But I do remember Norfolk very well, pre-minimum flow.
Right.
And we used to come down and stay at Jeans.
Yep.
And you could just step off the dock and start fishing. Just walk right out there and start fishing.
Right.
Holy smokes, how deep is that right now? Even at
You can't.
even at min flow,
You can't.
like it's over your head now.
Yeah.
And you know, I mentioned this story several times because I would absolutely love to figure out who it was. But growing up, I was probably 10, 11 years old. We were down there fishing, and I was fishing this little run by where that big gravel bar is out in the middle, right there. And a guy was running a wade fishing trip right there, and he came up and he gave me a fly. He tied it on for me, and he said, "Cast in this seam right here, work it this way." And it was just a black woolly booger, and he had me swing it through the seam, and I proceeded to catch, I don't know how many fish. I just in my head, like I remember, like it was a ton of fish. And so I mentioned the story because I would love to figure out who that was. He was wearing like a cowboy hat. So I mentioned it to Larry one day because he's the only guy that I know that wears a cowboy hat. And he was like, "It definitely wasn't me."
He's not giving free stuff.
I ain't giving away any bugs.
Right.
But man, I just, thinking back to that minimum flow, like how much fun it was or pre-minimum flow, how much fun it was to wade. But you're right. Like, I think, like, especially on Norfolk, well, I mean, even either one, like, without that minimum flow, once you start getting downriver in the heat of the summer like this, like without a push of water to cool things off.
It was rough.
Yeah. I mean, I dealt with that out in Colorado where, hoot owl, and just have to mind what time you fish because it's, when it gets hot, water's low.
Yeah. No, minimum flow was the best thing that we could have done, in my humble opinion.
I think
the best thing we could have done.
it protected the integrity of this overall resource as the tailwater that it is.
And it's, I think anybody common sense, if you start understanding fish kills and what it does to the resource and the money that it costs the government and the money that it costs the state, and, it's almost embarrassing that we had to go through that much trouble
to get it. Yeah.
Like it's just a no-brainer common sense. Like, yes, let's just make this work. Find a way to say yes and make it work. And it's amazing that we had to go through that much.
Yeah, jump through the hoops.
And it's mind-boggling to me that not all of us have minimum flow in the state.
Right.
Like, I don't know the reasoning behind that really, but we've got lots of friends that got down in the Little Red and they come up here and they don't have minimum flow. And I think all of them would tell you that they personally feel like it hurts their fishery not having it.
There's a lot with the infrastructure of the dams, the type of generators they run. Those generators, they need to be off, or they need to run at a certain RPM level, is the way that I understand it. And so that minimum flow stuff I think it could be hard on equipment. And that's why I think they cringe a little bit about doing it. We can always grow more fish, right? But tearing up equipment's another thing. And so I get that logic. Yeah. Right? Let's look at both sides of it. So
yeah, I mean, that's big infrastructure that running those generators at low RPMs, and it's easier on the white with 8. Right.
Right.
But yeah, you have more generators go through, but
yeah, absolutely.
It happens. What you been up to? Did you fish today? No?
Man, I didn't. I had the day off today, and I needed it. I needed to heal up a little bit, and then I'm about to go on another 7-day run. I'll be on a 7-day run with this. All hopper fishing right now. And you guys know this, right? You're on the water, too. I'm running a lot of subsurface stuff, in tight, and then in top water stuff.
Playing the same program.
Yeah.
I went out and hopper fished a half day yesterday morning and just threw hoppers. Threw the girdle bug for a bit, but he's like, let's just throw hoppers.
Yeah, that's right. I think right now, and I think you guys would agree, you're probably seeing the sales in the shop, the bookings, but it's we're at this is start a hopper, right? This is it. Right? We're after July 4th, right? And we run it through remainder of July and all through August, all through September, into October, right? Traditionally,
this is my favorite time of year.
I love it too. It's all topwater fishing, Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this, but those millions of dragonflies that we've been seeing. Yes. So I always know that when those dragonflies show up, like, it's time.
It's time.
Now, those dragonflies, you know, I'm sure there's fish eating one or two here and there. I don't personally see them munching on those dragonflies like crazy. But because they're, from my understanding at least, and I'm not a bug expert, but from my understanding is those are migratory dragonflies. They're just passing through.
So there's a lot of discussion points on that.
But I just know that the timing of it.
You're 100% correct.
Right. When I see those dragonflies, I'm like, it's peak hoppers. I mean, we're getting there.
I agree with that. And you know, I've been you start looking at damselfly nymphs, right? I think we have them. I do. I think when these fish eat these girdle bugs, they're not just looking at stones. I think they look like a lot. And a dragonfly nymph looks a little bit different from a stonefly nymph, right? But when something's blowing past your face,
they don't care.
At 20,000 CFS, they're like, oh, I think that's right. And they eat, right?
They don't have a chance to look it over. They got to eat it.
Yeah. It's a reactionary strike. And I've been messing with some damselfly nymphs. If you haven't kind of played with that lately, I've got some prototypes that I've been working on right now, and it's catching fish. It's working. And I think they're in our river. I do. Have I sang the river and found them? No, not necessarily. But a lot of guys will sing the river or scream the river, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And they're not finding stonefly nymphs, but there's stonefly nymphs in there, right?
Right.
And so a lot of guys think that, well, they're coming out of the they're coming out of the creeks. That's where, and then some people are saying, oh, no, they're hatching on the lake and they're just flying a long ways and they're just in and up here. Maybe, I don't know. Could be the case. I mean, we should probably maybe look into it, right?
Yeah.
But I agree with you. When those things start buzzing around the surface, it's time to start throwing some foam.
Yeah.
I agree. We had a really good year one year. As soon as those dragonflies showed up, started throwing pink. Continues to work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to this day. Like I can catch hopperfish prior to the dragonfly showing up. Dragonflies show up.
It just gets
pink.
better.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It might just be that. But that's just like when I'm like, oh, I can start throwing some of my pink stuff, and that's fun.
Yeah.
I was coming across the bridge one day last week on Norfolk Lake. Headed over here to run a trip. Mm-hmm. That was the first morning that I saw those dragonflies, and I knew instantly we're gonna throw hoppers this morning, and it's gonna be good, and it was. And it just like, you know, out of all the fishing that we do here, hopper fishing is by far my favorite.
I think any fly fisherman loves to fish topwater.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I just mean
like
we get such, you know, we get known here so much for like throwing big streamers, right? Like that's what the white's known for. You know, if I had to pick and choose between one or the other, I'd give up streamer fishing to throw hopper fish.
Oh, I just like
10 out of 10 times.
Yes, I mean me too. But I also like shorts and flip flops better.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, I love streamer fishing, but you know, boots and bibs and you know, 30, 40 degree days over 85 degree day in shorts and flip flops. Yeah, I'll take that all day and light till almost 9 o'clock.
And listen, you know, on that hopper thing, I mean, a lot of our buddies been throwing hoppers for a month and a half.
Yeah.
Right?
I
was catching a lot of good fish on hoppers in November last year. So it could be just a reactionary, right? Which I think 9 times out of 10, it's a reactionary strike. It just makes sense to them, and they're going to eat it. Brown trout are aggressive.
Yeah.
And but I agree with you. July 4th, okay, now we start. It's time. It's time. Big foam bugs.
I caught my biggest hopper fish like my first year down here on July 5th.
Yep.
27.
Yep.
And I'm like, July 5th, day after the 4th of July.
Out in the middle of the river.
I go. It wasn't in the middle, but
don't be afraid to do it.
It was a good ways off.
Well, that's like the day that you and me went fishing with Quinn. And we worked that one bank, and in 200 yards, he caught 4 over 20.
Destroyed us.
And his hopper never went within 10 feet of the bank. Mm-hmm. And it just, that's where they were. That's where they were eating.
That's where they were.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have this water this time of year, too. that we are having. Like, I know we get a lot of guys that are like, oh, I wish they were not running this much water, and I get that.
Right.
But, like, for what we're trying to do, having this water, it just makes this river is just such a target-rich environment for throwing hoppers at this water level that you can go for miles and miles and miles. And
streamer too.
Yeah, same with streamer.
Right, streamers too, girdles, big, however I'm not going to divulge all the secrets on this, but throw some big bugs underneath an indicator in this high water, and you can catch some fish. You can have a fish of a lifetime.
Yeah, it's fun. I love this, and we haven't had it in a couple years, so it's been nice.
It's been
2 years.
We've had 2 years in a row that we haven't had the high water.
Yeah, you're right. We had
3 years ago was a really good year. We had the high water the last 2 years, but I think all of us would say that our favorite place to hopper fish is farther downriver.
Yeah.
In the last 2 years, they weren't doing that push of water
till noon.
Right. And so by the time the water got down like to Cotter, it was so trashy.
Dingy.
Yeah, that you couldn't hardly fish it. But it was also getting dark.
Running out of daylight.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like you could fish some of the tail out down at the confluence early the next morning.
Yeah.
But that's about all you had.
And I think it concentrated so many guides up top.
Yes.
Like everybody was up top throwing foam, so 2 weeks in, all those banks have been just pounded.
Beat up.
With hoppers.
Now I did find a minimum flow hopper bite last year.
Oh yeah.
But you had to have sticks. Like you had to have guys that could
do it.
Could bomb a cast.
Yeah. And it's just not as fun. Like I said, it's just not, it doesn't end up being as target rich as where you can just go just like hot banks,
Yeah, that's a great point. I think if you're not used to fishing, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,000 CFS, right? As an angler, if you want to better yourself, you want to get better, get over here, get in a boat, get with a guide, and work this high water. And learn it, because it will make you've got to slide it in underneath trees, and you've got to do it fast, right? You're moving quick. You've got to, peripheral. You got to be picking things up as you're going. The guide's barking at you, right? And you want to really hone in your skills. Get in on this high water and play.
Yeah.
Don't be scared of it. I wouldn't go do it by yourself. You need to get with a guide and do it the right way and learn it the right way. And it'll make you a better fisher.
It's a lot of quick, hard shots.
That's right.
Like from the middle seat, or as a guide that has seen this bank a lot of times, or even like we went out and fished the other night, and I'm seeing like weird shots that I can get into that like nobody else would think about trying to put a fly line through.
Right.
But it's like one little gap in the tree. And
but
I'm like, I can see that.
But you're used to it. I can
see that gap where I can like lay down a 45 cast and slide it through there.
That's right.
And I'm going to be downstream, and I can't even necessarily like see my bug for a minute. Mm-hmm. But as soon as I come around that tree, it's already been drifting. It's probably going to get eaten, And it's like those little things. It's like, it's a hard shot, and you have to commit to them. And like what I always tell my people hopper fishing, I was like, don't be afraid to like go lose bugs.
We're going to lose bugs. We're going to lose a lot of bugs. Especially in this high water, we like to girdle bug it a little bit, and it takes a little bit of time to girdle bug. Right, if you're going to do it right, it's going to take a little bit of time to tie girdle bug, and your clients are they're going to lose a lot of girdle bugs.
Most days, if I'm going to commit to that girdle bug bite, like I fully expect to lose like a dozen girdle bugs.
Could happen.
And could happen. And I'll tell clients that too, because like they won't make the right shot because they're like, oh, I don't want to use your bugs.
They're scared, right?
Yeah.
They're
and I'm like, I am telling you right now, put the fly up there. If you lose it, you did what I told you to. I'm not going to be mad, and I'm not going to be mad at you anyways. If you lose one of my bugs, you see a fishy spot, put it in there. I'll never be mad at somebody for hitting a fishy spot.
It needs to be.
Right.
That, and I always kind of call it fishing for squirrels. Right, they get a little wide in that loop cast, right, and it ends up in the trees. And sometimes we can go back and get it, sometimes we can't. And so, boom, there's a educational point, right? Instruction, coaching, teaching moment about how to run a tight loop.
Yeah, fish
and
don't
so you
live in
take
trees.
that opportunity, that embarrassing moment. That embarrassing moment for the individual that was fishing for squirrels now gets a chance to take that as a learning moment, right? And that should be a teachable moment by the guide. It
Right.
shouldn't be a hard eye or a cross stare or something
not
like
at all.
that from the guide. It should be, all right, now let's go. Let's talk why that happened. Let's get better, and let's go try to achieve a big fish.
You know, one of the little tricks that I have found is, you know, there's several spots in the river where there's like a log land, right? And there's a pocket of water behind the log.
Sure.
And that pocket will look super fishy. And I will purposely, if I've got somebody that's being kind of timid, I will purposely run past that spot and say, I want you to put it back up in there behind the log. And they're always like, well, what do I do if something eats it? And I was like, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll
when
figure
happens.
that out.
Worry about that later. Let's do it first.
Put your fly back there. Let's see if anybody's home, and then we'll figure it out.
Right.
And if I can get them to do that, I feel like it just kind of breaks that tension. And then they're like, okay, like now I get it. Like you want, like, you shoot for this.
Yeah, and I can do it. I've got the ability. I can do it. You know.
Yeah. I mean, and it's like,
And then it's the best thing
fishing.
ever when there is a fish there, and you do have to figure it out. That's like my all-time favorite thing.
Right.
It's like, there's no way to get that fish out without dragging him over the top of that log. Like, we'll figure it out.
It's cool, man. It's a cool video moment, right?
Yeah.
It's
cool.
hard fishing though. I mean, we went out hopper fishing. I put a couple hoppers in trees.
Sure.
So did Logan. So did Paul.
Well, we don't
some of us
hardly
put
fish
more than
anymore.
the others.
We're working. We don't fish much. We're doing this, right? So,
My first cast, I was like, ooh, a little rusty.
Yeah.
I need to practice.
Practice in the yard.
Yep.
Right.
And I do frequently, especially I leave tomorrow for Florida, and
You better be practicing.
I have been. I've been practicing a lot, but I've been practicing with my 10 weight and my 12 weight. A little different throwing a 5 weight.
Way different.
Yeah. So,
Way different.
you know, that's where I think I was messing up the other day.
Broomstick.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I just got back from Florida. We were down 3 weeks ago tarpon fishing.
Yeah.
And I had a heck of a time. Fished 4 days, 2 days on the either end. You know, 1 day on either end of the trip were, but we had one stellar day. Just lots of tarpon, and so overall great trip. But the takeaway was, I get down there with 12 weights, and on day one, you thought I looked horrible. I mean, I was like, golly. And I knew I should have practiced before I went, because I'm just used to throwing 6 and 8s all the time, you know. And I got down there with that 12 weight, and
It's a different beast.
but by day 2, we were fine, right? We were fine. I was back in my groove and all.
You can tune them in.
Yeah.
So tell us what you caught while you're down there.
Oh, you want to go into all that?
Yep.
Well, so to most people, it won't be a big deal, right? It was a jack, right? Jack Crevel. Some people call him the dirty tarpon, right? And I think a lot of tarpon fishermen get them because they run, you know, they're in a lot of the same areas as the tarpon are, and they run with the tarpon or close with the tarpon and what have you. And so, a good guide friend of mine, Chip Smith, and another fellow guide, Steve Dowley, we were down there, we were fishing. And I was up on the stand, and we had tarpon behind us, we had tarpon in front of us, kind of simultaneously, and we were kind of squirreling a little bit, right? And he was like, lock in, and so we said, okay, we're going to stay on the front fish. Just stay on the front fish, lock in, and let's work this. And so I had a group kind of swing out wide, and we were kind of like, oh, did they see us? Did something go wrong? Whatever. And then Chip hollers out up from on the stand, hey, we got coming in, you know, noon now, shoot. And I was like, okay. And I saw a wad of fish, right? Get in there and start stripping. And about that time, as I make connection, Chip's yelling, Jacks. And I couldn't get off of him. We were already connected. And Logan, it was a hell of a fish. 35-minute fight, 46-inch. We had it 38-inch from the nose to the base of the tail.
Like at the
fork.
At the fork,
Yeah.
at the base of the tail was 38. So we had to kind of figure out what it would look like. And we played with some apps, and I worked with Dwayne that does a lot of our mounts here. And I said, man, because he's got some programs that he can kind of figure out what that stuff looks like. And so we estimated it 46 inch, 40 pounds, 2 ounce when it was all said and done. So
big jack.
It was a big jack. Yeah, it was a big jack. And it was my first jack. But I'll tell you this, if a tarpon ranks at 10 on the Richter scale, right? This freaking jack was a 9. It was
they pull hard.
It was.
I've got some like dinner plate jacks,
right,
down in Belize, and they pull.
Yeah,
just jack instead of a permit. Like
funny enough, I've never caught a jack. I've cast at a jack, but I've never caught one. They, because of the fact that I did cast at one and I didn't get it, they honestly may be number one on my like hit list of like fish I want. Yeah. They might not necessarily be one, but they're like top 3.
Yeah,
just a big jack though.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah,
not.
Well, the funny
not
thing
a dinner
was,
plate jack.
The funny thing was, I haven't played with jacks. I've been tarpon fishing, bone fishing, red fishing. Like I didn't play no jacks before. Like what do I care, right? And Chip looks at me and goes, "That's one of the biggest jacks I've ever seen." This is a Florida kid saying that, right? And so I was like, "All right, well, I'll put it on the wall. It's a good one, right? It's a good one." So I went to go get the replica done, and I went down and saw Dwayne, and he said, yeah. So he calls me later. So, well, we got a problem. I was like, well, what's the problem? He goes,
he can't find any molds big enough.
I can't find a mold. He goes, so we were debating on buying a GT mold, and he was just going to sand it down and all that. And he said, well, let me make one more phone call. And found a guy that would do a special order to get that right. So, it's kind of I
can't even find a mold big enough for this thing, man.
Expecting that. So I was like, all right, this thing's got to go on the wall. Yeah, it's got to go.
That's a good sign.
Yeah,
if you can't even find the mold big enough
right.
to do a replica.
Yeah.
Man.
But man, it was good. Logan, as far as saw a lot of fish, good fish. We fished that Mexico Beach, Port St. Joe, kind of that Apalachicola region. We mainly were in the Mexico Beach area. By the way, Mexico Beach is built back after that hurricane. What was that, 4 or 5 years ago now? It's built back. It's looking great. Fishing was good. So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be on the East Coast.
Okay.
Going with Dustin.
Okay, yeah.
And, I'm excited. He said, the snook is probably
they're fun.
Is probably the main course.
Yeah.
But we're definitely on the hunt for tarpon. Yeah, if we can find them. But he said for sure snook. So I'm stoked. And honestly, like we're going on a Disney vacation, and it's fun to go to Disney with my kids, but it's hard to beat.
I know
fishing.
I did the Disney thing too. Yeah, I don't want to do it again. But yeah.
I mean, it's like I said, it's fun to see my kids there, but
that's right.
But outside of that,
at least a couple fishing days.
It's not my cup of tea.
That's right.
Right. I get 2 days to fish.
You're in Florida.
Yeah.
I
can't go to Florida and not fish. That's illegal.
That's right.
State law.
State law.
State law. State law.
Shop law. Go anywhere fishy, you have to fish.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
What do you got coming up, Brian? Anything? Just working?
Anything big, man? No, good. Rest of the month looks solid. August is pretty much full.
Good.
Booking September, October now. Both are. I got some availability. Yeah. So I've been really blessed this year. Some great clients, and business has been good.
Good. Yeah, I mean, you have a great client retention. You've been down here for a long time. Really well respected, so doesn't surprise me.
I couldn't do it by myself. It's guys like you all. Amongst them, a lot of guides out on the river that are my friends with me, and we may not go drink a beer every day, right. Together, but we have a business relationship and a good partnership, and they trust me and I trust them, and I couldn't do it all myself. No way. Got to have a little help.
I mean, we have such a good community here.
I think so.
It's pretty fun, and I think kind of what led us into starting this podcast is getting a chance to sit down with so many of these guides that are out here that are just good dudes, and like we hope we can promote your business as much as we can help promote ours. I think that's really what like is unique about this community of fly fishing guides that we have out here compared to what I've seen elsewhere.
Yeah, one of the first things I was ever told coming here was and honestly, I don't have a clue who said this, but somebody told me what's good for one of us is good for all of us. Because if one of us is seeing success, it's essentially going to just draw more business to the area, and that's good for all of us.
I have a lot of people ask me that question. What's the difference between, you hear about these guide wars, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, whatever, right? And if that's their thing and they want to do that and behave that way, let it have it. I think it comes down to culture. And we're a Southern culture.
Yeah.
And a Southern culture is, I give you the shirt off my back. If you're needing help, you call me at 3 o'clock in the morning and something's bad, I'm there, right? And a lot of times we put our own families last for someone else's family. Why? It's the Southern culture. And so I think that's what's different about this guide group down here for the most part. I mean, we've got people with, you get any group of people together, some people's going to have attitudes and can't get along or what. Okay, but what we're talking about is general consensus, and working for each other and helping each other. And if a guide's in a bad spot, he's off his mojo, right? He's like, man, I've lost the edge. Help me. What can I do? And they're going to help you.
I mean, yeah, that
because it's family.
That and just like the amount of clients I've had, like in my boat, that like we're all just giving each other so much respect on the river as much as we can.
Absolutely.
And all our clients are like, man, you guys are like really cool with each other. They're like, do you know him? I'm like, yeah, I know pretty much all the fly fishing guides. They're like, oh, do they work for you? I'm like, no, not necessarily, but they're just...
Even if you don't know them.
Yeah.
If you don't know them, you don't want to see them have a bad day because it's... you want that mojo on you? You want that karma on you? I don't. I don't.
Don't put that hurt on me.
I don't. So, don't wake people, don't rock people, don't try to burn their holes. There's zero reason for any of that at all. If you're a good guide, it doesn't matter if a guy low holds you by accident. But if you're a good guide, you're going to find a way to find fish.
Yeah, anyways. I mean, like...
You're going to find fish anyway.
I mean, like, I was running up through the fog the other day. I mean, straight down the pipe, I knew all my guides were going to be... all the guides are going to be on the bank. But still burned past Ben Levin. Yeah. And just didn't see him through the fog. Right. Just like one big patch of fog, and then I saw that teal boat, and I was like, damn. Right. Just shot him. I'm like, hey, bud, didn't mean to wake you. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. He was like, no problem.
Yeah, he gets it. Yeah, he gets it. Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, it's just all that kind of, everybody's super cool out here and everybody's friends.
I think so. I think so for the most part. I think there's individuals that may come in from time to time and maybe they don't really know what we do or how we do. And I think some tempers get flared. And then I think once they kind of figure out, oh, wait a minute, this guy ain't trying to hurt me, he's trying to help me. They go, oh, wow, okay, I get it, But that's okay. I think that's our responsibility as business owners, right? Tenured individuals to help that next generation of guides. Yeah. As long as they're willing to take, the feedback and all that good stuff,
Yeah, so. I agree. I think if they're, willing to play the game and
be respectful.
Yeah.
Right. Have respect. And then I'll give you the shirt off my back.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Well, Brian.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Oh.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. And, let me say thank you. Right. Let me say thank you. So, we all worked together in a prior life. Right. Y'all went out on the ledge and stuck your necks out there and went and built this business with Diamond State. And it's kind of like getting the family back together a little bit. And I just want to say thank you, very heartfelt to both of you for putting in the time. I know the hours you guys are putting in. You've built one hell of a fly shop. I think you've surrounded yourself with great people, good family, and so let me start by just saying, or end this by saying thank you.
Yeah, well,
to each of you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thank you.
So-
We just hope to be able to provide that sense of community that, through the fly shop.
Yep, it's a big deal.
And we appreciate the kind remarks.
So, all right,
Yeah, no, thanks.
Thanks, Kicker.
no
Appreciate
problem,
you, buddy.
bud. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for everything.
Yeah.
All right.